Hello, welcome, namaste. How is everyone, guys? We are here today, Wednesday night, and वीडियो तो बनता है, जरूर बनता है. मेरे साथ मेरे दो बेहतरीन दोस्त अग्रिम और प्रशांत. We are here to talk about Premier League, which is just 3 days away. Guys, you know, बात करते करते 2 महीने ब्रेक के कैसे खत्म हो गए पता ही नहीं चला. एंड प्रीमियर लीग इस बार जल्दी शुरू हो रहा है बिकॉज ऑफ द वर्ल्ड कप एंड इट्स एक्साइटिंग एंड बहुत ही मजा आने वाला है फर्स्ट वीक. तो सबसे पहले तो अग्रिम आपको चोट लगी है. आई होप यू आर फाइन, ऑल ओके.
I'm yes, yes, I'm good right now. डॉक्टर को दिखा दिया है, थोड़ा
फुटबॉल
all good
खेलते
now.
खेलते ही चोट लगी है. तो
Yes,
गेम के लिए इतने just not watching the game but also while playing, you're so
yes.
dedicated, so passionate.
Yes.
Prashant, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm fine myself.
All okay with
मैं
the internet connections?
yeah, it's all okay. Yeah. I had to skip the match where Agreement got hurt, so
Oh,
I couldn't see. But yeah, uh, I'm doing well myself.
thank you guys for joining in today. And without any further delay, let's begin the show. Now, before I begin, guys, do subscribe to our channel, smash a like on the video if you really like this video, and we're going to discuss about Premier League predictions and also the transfer battle between Chelsea and Man United. So let me know your opinions in the comment section. You can ask questions, and myself, Agrim, and Prashant will always be happy to answer your questions. So, guys, let's begin with the प्रीमियर लीग प्रेडिक्शंस. तो गाइस क्या लगता है आपको? हमने टॉप फोर के बारे में तो बात कर ही ली उस दिन कि व्हाट आर योर थिंक थॉट्स द टू ऑफ यू. एंड तो आज हम शुरू टॉप फोर के बारे में बात तो करेंगे, बट शुरू करते हैं प्रीमियर लीग प्रेडिक्शंस. द थ्री न्यूली प्रमोटेड साइड, बोर्नमथ, फुलम एंड फॉरेस्ट. क्या लगता है तीनों में से कौन बचेगी और कौन जाएगा?
Uh, Harsha
प्रशांत
Bhogle.
आप बोलिए, फर्स्ट यू.
Okay, Nadeem
नदीम
Shekhar से I
शेख,
think Harsha Bhogle.
हर्षा बोगले. किसको बोल रहा है हर्षा बोगले? हम तीनों में से मुझे बोल रहा है, प्रशांत
Uh,
को बोल रहा है, अग्रिम को बोल रहा
exact.
है. Venkatesh says hi. Hi
Uh,
Venkatesh, good to have you back.
Negative.
I,
Did you guys watch the Tenag interview on players leaving early? Yes, we did, and we are
yes,
going
yes.
to discuss about that. So little bit later in the video. But yes, Prashant, your predictions on the bottom three.
Yeah, so far, as per looking at the transfer activity for all of the three clubs so far, I think Nottingham Forest are most likely to survive because उन लोग का जो ओनर है वो बहुत पैसा डाल रहा है, राइट. एंड नॉटिंघम फॉरेस्ट would be like it is a very historic club, so they have reason to, if they do manage to survive to the Premier League, they have enough history and prestige with themselves to take it further. So Nottingham Forest will stay up for me. Fulham have been a bit of a yo-yo club in the recent years, and yeah. So I think out of these three, Nottingham Forest for me, they are the ones who will survive. And I'm actually kind of eager to see which of the three, like which of the clubs which are already there in the Premier League, उनमें से कौन, which of them will actually get relegated? Because the clubs coming up from Championship are pretty good themselves this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And just not Nottingham Forest, even Fulham have had good transfer activity. We saw we signed the right back Kevin Mbabu and Andres Pereira. So don't forget Mitrovic, who scored 43 goals in Championship last season. He was brilliant
Yeah.
for them. So don't count them out. Anything could happen. So Fulham are in it. Scott Parker is a really good manager. And
Yeah.
I think Scott Parker is Bournemouth manager. My bad, not Fulham. He's Bournemouth manager. Bournemouth
He's
are
the
one team who's yeah. So Bournemouth are one team whose chances look pretty dim compared to Forest and Fulham. And to answer your question, Prashant, the two teams which I see from the current top 17, which survived, I think Everton and Leeds United need to improve a lot because they just survived last year, the relegation. I thought Everton were going to get relegated, but somehow they scrapped through. And there is a highly likely chance that if they don't pull up the socks and start performing to the level they're expected to, they might get relegated. And same with Leeds United. Yes, Leeds United have a really good manager in Jesse Marsh. बहुत ही बेहतरीन मैनेजर है. बट लास्ट सीजन जो हमने देखा वो कन्विंसिंग नहीं था एंड थिंग्स हैव टू चेंज अदरवाइज देयर बी अ लाइक आई सेड Fulham and Forest, especially Forest, will come hitting the ground. They will go hitting the ground from game one. बहुत ही उनकी अप्रोच जो होगी प्रीमियर लीग के लिए तरफ बहुत ही अट्रैक्टिव फुटबॉल खेलने की होगी. दे वांट टू सर्वाइव. द टारगेट वुड बी टू रीच 40 पॉइंट्स. एक बार 40 पॉइंट्स पे पहुंच गए तो देन इट्स सेफ फॉर देम. तो या आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग अ टफ फाइट फॉर द रेलिगेशन बैटल. ओवर टू यू अग्रिम भाई.
I think Nottingham Forest will probably survive. मेरे को ऐसा I just feel, because I think they just signed Lingard from United, right? Lingard
On
को
a lighter note,
they,
the
Lingard, yeah.
yes,
होप तेजस का कमेंट है अग्रिम भाई आपके लिए. On a
हाँ.
lighter note, hope the guest Barca fan wasn't beaten up on the nose for deferred wages of Barca player or United player for not selling. हाँ क्या अग्रिम भाई खेलते समय कोई यूनाइटेड का प्लेयर आ गया था और अब बारसा जर्सी
नहीं
पहन के गए थे क्या?
नहीं मेरे को पीएसजी के प्लेयर पीएसजी वाली जर्सी से पड़ा था एक्चुअली.
अरे पीएसजी वाले
Oh, अच्छा. वो मेसी कनेक्शन रहा होगा ना.
नहीं नहीं
हाँ
नहीं तो फिर
एग्जैक्टली.
नहीं 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 तो फिर रियल मैड्रिड फैन नहीं रहा होगा वो. अगर
हाँ
आप
कुड बी
पीएसजी के
रैमोस.
प्लेयर तो रियल मैड्रिड. Venkatesh is
वो
bottom three. I feel Bournemouth for sure seems to be weak squad, very less signings too. Other two, according to me, is Fulham and Leeds. As a United fan, want Leeds to be relegated. Absolutely, the rivalry is very intense between United and Leeds. A lot of people don't know, but it goes back in the 90s itself.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Leeds were a very good side back then. We had difficulty in signing Rio Ferdinand, and then Alan Smith deal could happen because Leeds got relegated. Otherwise, I don't think
Yes.
Yeah.
Alan Smith would have come all that easily.
Uh,
So yes, Venkatesh by all on point. Even I think Bournemouth will struggle, but never know. Premier League is very unpredictable. Anything
Mhm.
could happen, and they may come out together and play as a team. Like last season, I think who did it? I think it was wow, which team survived. Can you guys?
Everton.
Not
Leeds.
Everton, the
Leeds.
relegated team. Out of the relegated team, there were three
Leeds.
teams, and
Leeds. Burnley were like on top. I think overload. They also lost their last game. They had to survive
Yeah.
or they had to win one game, but they
Mhm.
couldn't survive the last game.
yeah, yeah. So, no, but Burnley, I am talking Brentford. Yeah, but I'm talking about Brentford. No one
Yes,
Brentford.
expected Brentford to play that well when the
yeah,
season began, but then
yes,
they were brilliant. Yes, they did sign Ericsson in the January window, but they were fantastic throughout the season. The players played together as a team. They looked like a unit together, and the manager was also very brilliant manager. So yes, they were one team who no one expected to do so well. But then again, so Bournemouth could turn out to be the Brentford this season. But yes, let's
yes,
Yeah.
hope and watch. We have a few more comments.
And about Leeds, I would just like to add that I mean the reason they were very exciting for a lot of people last season, and I would just I mean that would add on to what Venkatesh is saying about Calvin Phillips and Rafinha. That yeah, of course they don't have those players, but they now also don't have Marcelo Bielsa and his brand of football. That is what has been survived in the first season. Uh, now, like in the last season, of course, they stopped playing football after a while, and they started playing soccer because when Jesse Marsh took over. So it's going to be a slightly different brand of football, and I'm actually eager to see how that works. But again, they have the players who can fill in for players like Calvin Phillips and Rafinha? Time will tell. But yeah, they are like one of the prime contenders for relegation. Please continue, Divya.
Yeah, I mean, what Venkatesh is saying is absolutely correct. Two top players, Calvin Phillips and Rafinha, and without them, there is a highly likely possibility that Leeds will struggle. But again, you never know. Like I said, it's very unpredictable league, and a team which plays together as a unit understands each other's players, and they know how to play together. Listen to the manager. If manager has a certain style of play, and they stick to it, I'm sure it always works out. So they managed to sign a couple of players, from Bayern. I think it was Mark Roca. the defensive
Mm.
midfielder Tyler Adams
Yeah.
from Leipzig, and there is, I think, Louis Sinistera from Feyenoord. So young players, not such big names, but then again, Jesse March is a really typical German manager who likes to play the attacking, counter-pressing football. So
Yeah.
expect the unexpected from Leeds. Either they will be in the upper half of the bottom, I mean, the 11th, 12th position, or they might, get relegated. Now,
Mm.
before we move on, let me add something. Yeah. तो वेंकटेश says, ब्रो वो जो बीच में बैठे हैं उनसे फ्रैंकी डियोंग का अपडेट ले लो. Definitely, we are going to talk about Frankie De Jong later in the show. So
Yes.
stick around, Venkatesh bhai. We are going to speak about Frankie De Jong and United's the mess that Manchester United have created. So Venkatesh again says spot on. They will miss Bielsa for sure.
Mm.
For talking about Bielsa, I think he's slightly overrated. Leaves the defensive organization is not all that good. They yes, they play the attacking brand of football, but their defense is not organized. They leak a whole lot of goals. We saw that last season before he got sacked. They conceded many goals.
Many
Once
good. Yeah.
the opposition manager started to understand his tactics, the way he approaches, they started to take advantage of that, and they conceded hell lot of goals. Somehow
Mm.
they managed to survive, but again, I somehow
Yeah.
feel Bielsa is slightly overrated than what people rate him. And Jignesh Savla says Bhagwa FC. So, guys, moving on from bottom three, let's talk about the top six. We all discussed, the three of us agree to it that City and Liverpool are going to be top two. Oh, I think Agrim Bhai said United, top second, right?
No.
Agrim Bhai, आपने तो बोला था United, right?
Yes.
So Agrim
Yes.
Bhai is one of the very few fans who has a lot of confidence. Being a Barca fan, he has confidence in United. We United fans, हमको इतना confidence नहीं है जिनको इतना हमारी
Mm.
team पे है. But yes,
Mm.
Ten Hag is a brilliant manager.
Very good
But
manager.
I feel they are going to be still short of a couple of players, midfielders and wing backs. तो क्या बोलते हो भाई लोग? Our top four is let's not talk about top two. Let's talk about three, fourth, fifth, sixth. What do you think, Agrim bhai? Who will finish third, fourth, and fifth, sixth?
देखो ऐसा है आई थिंक आफ्टर द कम्युनिटी शील्ड मेरे को आई हैव टू चेंज माय माइंड व्हाट हैज हैपेंड विद सिटी because I'll still feel Liverpool has that potential of finishing the league first, but I still put them on third. But never know, the Premier League is very unpredictable. कुछ भी हो सकता है. But I'm still thinking, this is City's league. No one can touch them as of now because they're very well equipped with their defense, with their attack, and the other half. पूरा बेंच स्ट्रेंथ बहुत ही अच्छा है उनका. आई फील सिटी ले जाएगा. फिर सेकंड यूनाइटेड या लिवरपूल. दिस नाउ आई हैव चेंज्ड माय पर्सपेक्टिव. इट कुड बी यूनाइटेड और लिवरपूल. एंड थर्ड में आ सकता है टॉटनम और आर्सेनल. एंड फोर्थ विल बी प्रोबेबली चेल्सी.
Okay, okay,
अगर अगर अगर
interesting,
अगर बच पाए तो.
interesting, interesting. Shashwat Singh says Orlando Bhagwa FC incoming. A lot of Bhagwa FC fans here. Jignesh Sarwa says,
I
"Bhai, it's Jignesh. Sorry, Jinesh. I'm so sorry, Jinesh bhai. I'm really sorry
not
to
Igni.
mispronounce your name. It's not Jignesh, it's Jinesh." Venkatesh
Perfect.
says, meanwhile, Nottingham Forest signed
Yes.
Mangala too. That 12th signing. Yeah, too much signing. Manchester United ने 12 साइनिंग 3 सीजन में नहीं की, इन्होंने एक सीजन में कर दी. तो
सीजन में कर दी
नॉटिंगम
थी.
फॉरेस्ट 12 साइनिंग
ऐसा हो तो
12
क्या
साइनिंग.
कुछ हो सकता है.
And they have a very good manager also. Nottingham Forest का कौन knows that
या
manager?
Yeah.
They were sitting on the league. ये second bottom में थे when they started the
हाँ,
championship.
bottom में they correct correct. They were struggling, and then
Yeah, yes,
after he took in charge, they
yes,
never. I didn't expect them to get promoted. Last game
yes.
of the season, that वो qualifying game में वो लोग बहुत अच्छे खेले. तो
Yeah.
you
And he
know
was apparently Swansea's manager. He was Swansea's manager.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
I was not
Yes.
aware of that.
Hmm.
Okay, good, good. I mean, but yes, last season to Steve Cooper, Welsh manager. Steve
Yes,
Cooper
Steve Cooper,
is in
yes.
is
हाँ, Steve,
Nottingham
oh,
Forest.
हाँ, Yeah.
So
I believe Steve Cooper has tied with some connection with Chelsea too, if I'm not wrong.
Steve
no idea,
Cooper.
bro. No idea. I mean, if
Yeah, yeah,
someone in the comment section can enlighten,
yeah.
Venkatesh
He,
says City, Liverpool, Spurs, United. वाह यार वेंकटेश भाई भी बहुत ऑप्टिमिस्टिक है
हाँ, यूनाइटेड
यूनाइटेड
अगर
को
फोर्थ
लेके
फिनिश किया तो दैट इज ऑप्टिमिस्टिक, बट ठीक है, अगर हो जाए तो व्हाई नॉट, वी विल टेक इट हैप्पीली.
यूनाइटेड हैव अ चांस इन साइड ऑफ फुटबॉल वी ट्रस्ट ओके ओके
right.
इंटरेस्टिंग
Trust football with trust.
यस
Plus, EPH is no
Plus,
nonsense, so
Eric
he'll
Ten Hag
bring
is no
discipline.
nonsense. I agree to that, Shashwat bhai. Absolutely, you're on the money. But the problem is we do not have. Forget about bench strength. First team players भी इतने अच्छे नहीं हैं. We have few
हाँ,
world class players, but then in some positions we are really struggling. And if we and some of our players get injured, we don't have backup. Look at City. Look at Liverpool. They have two good players in every position. That's how strong. That's how brilliant these two teams are. We're nowhere near them. We are nowhere near Chelsea and Spurs as well. And Arsenal,
yeah.
although they don't have that many players, good players, but they've had a really good season. Sorry,
Yes.
pre-season. And
Mhm.
with Arteta, they are trying to have a kind of football, which they are trying to do since 3-4 years. Abhi jaake for successful हो
Yeah.
रहे बोलो. So United are very far behind, and the quality of play that we have not sufficient for us. But yes,
Mm.
anything can happen if he might be able to get the best out of players who are not performing consistently like McTominay, Marcus Rashford,
Yeah.
Harry Maguire, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So let's hope. One thing is clear: Sunday we will get to know which players are going to start and which are in his plans for the upcoming
Plan
season
to go
and
ahead.
which players yes. So we'll get to know a taste of that. Venkatesh says 23 साल बाद आए हैं प्रीमियर लीग में इस बार सर्वाइव करना चाहते हैं एब्सोल्युटली नॉटिंघम फॉरेस्ट they
Nottingham
want to
Forest.
survive
Yeah.
they're showing the ambition and I think they are one of the three teams who will survive and I think Everton will go down so Nottingham Forest I
Yeah, I think
just बोले प्रशांत
so. I think Everton will go down this season. I mean, there's a very huge chance of that simply because of the fact that you know until last season they were throwing money at everything. Right now, because of the Russian sanctions and everything, a lot of their finances have been stopped. They're basically been frozen. So that is a one. Yeah, see, Steve Cooper is a former Chelsea defender. See, yeah, that's what I was talking about. So
yeah
yeah, and like with those finances having frozen, I think Everton are in for a difficulty, and that's why they even sold players like Richarlison this season. So yeah, that's the thing. The struggle problem runs deep. Unfortunately, Glazers want business, not glory. Yeah, exactly,
yep.
Shashwat. So, like even on the last comment, I was just about to tell you that imagine how the club has been run. That for midfield, our first and foremost choice is always Fred and McTominay. That in itself, as I mean, it sounds satirical, but it is actually a fact, and that's funny even for us. So. That's exactly how the Glazers have been working. They've been treating the club as a cash cow, and as long as they run the club with that attitude, there's not really a scope for a massive improvement. We will have good seasons on and off, but we will not have a hike in performance like City have undergone in recent years, or even Liverpool for that matter. So that is something which we do dream of, but we don't foresee as United fans. Yeah, clear. Please continue.
सिंपल क्वेश्चन टू प्रशांत भाई यूनाइटेड स्पॉट क्या क्या पोजीशन में फिनिश करेगी
Uh, I think because of Ten Hag है तो थोड़ा सा तो hope है मुझे. I think maybe on an optimistic side, fourth, कम से कम fourth अगर आ जाए तो मतलब चंगा है भाई, है ना? So
एब्सोल्युटली
that's my hope.
एक
But I do
सब
think, but
सब
on a
यूनाइटेड
very
फैन से वही उम्मीद हाँ बोलो बोलो सॉरी
Exactly, but on a very realistic note, मुझे ऐसा डर है कि इवन टॉप सिक्स क्रैक करना ये सीजन बहुत डिफिकल्ट है. Although Ten Hag is a good manager, we have seen this squad. Ten Hag is going to find out what this squad is now, but we have seen the squad. We know what it's like. मतलब उन लोग का मूड आ गया तो भाई खत्म. कुछ भी टेन हाग बोलेगा, they will not listen. I still feel very bad for Ralph Ragnick because उससे भी the same thing would have happened with him last season, wherein he would have tried his tactics and everything, and after a certain period, they would have just stopped responding. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully wherever we finish, just back Eric Ten Hag. Yeah, exactly. We should back Eric Ten Hag.
Everyone is behind Ten Hag. Absolutely.
And one more thing I would like to say that even what happened even under Ragnick last season is that in the initial few games that we played, we were, apparently
Good.
we were said to be playing that high pressing style, aggressive style. That was what happens is that when you get a new coach, right? Uh, Under Ragnick, and this is something I've seen under Ten Hag, is that for the initial few games, you are going to play as per the coach's style. You might succeed, but remember, in the initial period, it is more of an emotional response. Like because they are energetic, they are motivated to do it, but they are not actually physically fit to keep doing that in the long run. So, okay, this might work for 1 or 2 games or 3 games, but with the squad that we have, will we be able to sustain that throughout the season or even during the crunch time of the season? That is something which I'm really concerned about.
To
Okay,
add
let's.
to your point, Prashant, one more
Hmm,
prime example. Solskjaer,
yeah,
when we signed Solskjaer as an interim manager, look at the run
hmm,
of games we were in. We were winning games back to back, back to back. The PSG
yeah,
game we won, and then afterwards, when he became a permanent manager, the things started going haywire. So prime example was the Solskjaer's 10 games winning streak. We kept on winning, 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 and we thought Ole is at the wheel and everything. So that's exactly what
yeah,
you make a very good point, Prashant, on that, the emotional response, the new style. They want to have all that positivity, but soon when you start losing games, the confidence starts disappearing. Then, clashes happen in the dressing room, and it has happened in the past. Venkatesh says Sevilla will cover all Alex Telles's wages. Rob Dawson, ESPN. That's really good news. If Sevilla are willing to, but I don't think Alex Telles was on a very huge wage. So I think shouldn't be a problem for Sevilla, and it's really good news. Our wage bill will be reduced a little bit. So good news for United fans. Venkatesh says, Prashant Bhai, Tony pe trust karo. English press said he had no chance. 0 million down the drain. Tolly Marshall score. Arey Venkatesh
so
Bhai,
good.
I want this to happen, but it is not happening. Highly inconsistent.
Exactly.
One brilliant, couple of brilliant seasons. First season under Van Gaal, and then that season under Solskjaer where he banged in 23
Uh,
goals. Apart from that, highly inconsistent. At times, issues with the attitude, and he's also had some injury issues as well lately. So I
yeah.
would love Anthony Marshall to score 20 goals a season, but you know the past record is not all that good. They just
Yeah, exactly.
say
So I would just like to add to that. Like he made that explosive debut against Liverpool. Again, if you would remember that
Yeah.
he scored, I think, 2 goals in his debut, and people were like, "Oh my God,
one
he's the next big thing." I
They,
mean, he people are so confident. I mean, he's so highly rated. He was so
next
highly
Thierry
rated
Henry,
as a young. Yeah,
next Thierry
exactly.
Henry.
There
yeah,
is
he
a
was,
Ballon
yes,
d'Or
exactly.
clause in
He was
his
called Thierry
contract.
Henry. Yeah.
There is a Ballon d'Or clause in his contract, guys, when he was signed from Monaco. So
Correct. Yeah.
that says
Yeah.
something, but he has not even lived up to that. So I don't think he has even won the Premier League Player of the Month for one
Hmm.
once. So he has some way to go. Okay, they just said Fabrizio saying Sevilla will pay 2 million as part of the salary. So two different things coming out from
Coming
different
out of
sources.
different sources.
Yeah,
Fabrizio Romano, I think
Fabrizio,
he only
Fabrizio.
confirmed. Yeah, basically saying Fabrizio Romano is a tap in merchant. So he will
uh,
only confirm when he only put out when he's actually confirmed. Because I think he had
yeah,
one bad experience last year when that Wijnaldum thing. He said that he's going to Barcelona, and then the twist happened and he went to. After that he's been extra careful. But yes, Venkatesh says, I agree with you. He's been inconsistent, but I feel he will click under Eric Ten Hag. Hope so. Hope for the positivity. Alex Telles will travel to Sevilla in the evening in order to undergo main part of medical test on Thursday. Sevilla will pay 2 million of as a part of Alex's salary. Okay, interesting. That's what
all
Fabrizio has
right.
said, I think. Venkatesh
Yeah.
Marshall won't go for the World Cup too. So we'll get a lot
Mm.
of chance in second half of season two, I feel. Yeah. If he doesn't go for the World Cup, we'll be fresh. We'll have a good rest for the
Yeah.
1.5 month. And then,
Yeah, because I think France's squad is already decided. I think it's Mbappe, Dembele, and probably Christopher Nkunku रहेगा उनके साथ.
yeah,
Who's
yeah.
one?
Brilliant player. I love the Nkunku guy. The Nkunku guy, brilliant replacement for Griezmann.
Yeah.
Fantastic player. It's going to be one big player. And whoever gets in next season from Leipzig, I don't think he will go
Mm.
this season, but like next season, I
Mm.
think Ragnick recommended Nkunku in January, but our board
Yeah.
was fineless to sign,
Mm.
Nkunku. What a fantastic player he is. And I've
Yeah.
seen him playing.
What was his name? Oh, Napoli ka, who's that uh, winger? What's his name? Who wears that mask? I forgot his name.
Fabian
He
Ruiz.
also not Ruiz. He's a main striker and forward. Forward खेलता है.
Oshiman, Victor Oshiman.
Osimhen. Yes, exactly. उसका भी he had a very good season
अरे वो
last
वो
year.
100 मिलियन है भाई. वो नेपोली 100 मिलियन मांग नेपोली का यही है.
You know,
नेपोली के
me
प्लेयर्स को
too.
तुम जाओगे ना, वो 100 मिलियन से नीचे मानते ही नहीं वो लोग. वो
यार
कुलीबाली को
रियलिस्टिक 100 यार
लिसोली मांग
रियलिस्टिक
मांग रहे थे
100
वो.
मिलियन दे सकता है यार इंग्लिश क्लब यार. क्या बोलते रहो यार.
रवि से जय राधा माधव भाई. तेजस सस्ता ऑनरी बैलन डॉर क्लॉस.
Ah,
टॉकिंग अबाउट मार्शल बैलन डॉर क्लॉस.
ah.
अब घोड़ों की रेस में गधे भी दौड़ेंगे.
वैसे भी दौड़ेंगे भाई.
मजनू भाई.
मजनू भाई. और मैन
Kunal Shah says
यूनाइटेड
Man United might get a new striker this January. Marshall is still going to rotate most probably. January.
Yeah.
By January तक रुकना पड़ेगा. You know, no, not
भाई.
good. I think the Sesko
Not
guy
a good
looks
idea.
fantastic. I've not seen
हाँ.
much, but from what I've read about him, the videos that I've seen, he's very fast, one of the fastest players around. So if he's that good at Leipzig are asking 50 million at Chelsea are also for him. So I think Sesko should be signed. And
Mm.
I'm not sure why this is taking so much time. It's all clear that 50 million is what Leipzig want. United put in 50
Mm.
million. If United were ready to give in, अगर वो डार्विन न्यूनेस के लिए 65 मिलियन देने रेडी थे, तो अभी क्यों हिचकिचा रहे हैं? अभी क्यों बोल रहे हैं कि रोनाल्डो का फ्यूचर पे ऊपर उसके ऊपर बाद हम स्ट्राइकर डिसाइड करेंगे? वेरी टू फेस कॉन्वर्सेशन फ्रॉम यूनाइटेड बोर्ड.
Yeah.
शाश्वत सिंह से और अरे कुन्नू भाई तू भी आज क्यों आ गई?
Is referring to
So guys,
Kunal.
before we move on to the top scorers and the uh, player of the season, let's quickly run through the matches this weekend, and I quickly need your score and prediction. The first game is Friday night, late night, Palace against Arsenal. It's not an Arsenal, it's away. Arsenal playing away. So what do you think? Predictions, guys. अग्रिम भाई क्या बोलते हो? पैलेस जीतेगी आर्सेनल? बियरा वर्सेस आर्सेनल.
देखो हमेशा जब Arsenal starts their like fixtures, they always lose. It's bound to happen, but this time I feel they are like very well secured with Gabriel Jesus and what's his
Yeah,
name?
yeah.
Uh, Fabio Vieira ना उसका नाम है.
वियरा अरे
And
उनके दो
Odegaard as
मिडफील्डर भी
well.
बहुत बढ़िया खेल रहे हैं. उनके
And then
मिडफील्डर भी
Odegaard
बढ़िया
also.
खेल रहे हैं. या
हाँ.
ओडेगार्ड
Uh,
कैप्टन बना है.
Odegaard.
uh,
Yeah.
कौन से क्रिस्टल पैलेस के स्टेडियम में ना, so I think maybe 2-1 Arsenal, or probably
प्रशांत.
if things don't work out, 2-0 Crystal Palace.
Oh,
प्रशांत.
okay. Yeah, I think more or less similar to what Green is saying. Because it's the first game of the season, I think Palace will give a fight, but I think Arsenal are now like a much better unit. They are functioning very well as a unit, and it's not just the preseason right now. Even from the previous season, at the back end of the previous season, they had really formed into a good unit. So I think they will start well. I think it will be something like a maybe like a 1-0 to Arsenal. There is a possibility if this is still the old Arsenal, which shows up at the first game of the season, then it might be like something like a 1-all draw. But that is like another thing. On the basis of what I can see right now, statistically, it will be a win for Arsenal against
Okay, I
Crystal
say
Palace.
for me it's 1-1. I think it'll be a draw, 1-1 draw. I'll give Palace the benefit of doubt. Brilliant manager, and again playing at home, so Palace will
Mhm.
end up getting a point. Abhishek says 2-0
2-0
Tejas says
Arsenal.
Palace 1, Arsenal 3. Yeah, it might happen because Arsenal they continue that form which they had in pre-season. So we are about to see a very good Arsenal team this season. Venkatesh says 2-1
2-1
to
Palace.
Palace. Wow, wow, Venkatesh,
वाह
bye.
वाह वाह
Brilliant,
क्या
brilliant.
बात.
Banter,
हाँ.
Zaha madness incoming.
And
Yeah, yeah.
incoming. Okay.
So let's
Let's
quickly
see.
move on to the next game. Fulham Liverpool. Agreed by
Fulham Liverpool. Liverpool 2-0.
Craven Cottage. Huh? Craven Cottage, not Anfield. 2-0 Liverpool.
2-0.
Prashant?
Yeah, Tony is a little conservative being a Liverpool fan, I think, for your prediction. Normally, Liverpool fans will predict something like 4-0 or something for them. But yeah, it is an
But
away
2-0
match
is a
and
good
Fulham,
start. Yeah.
sorry?
I'm saying that 2-0 is a good start. It's not like City is
Uh,
facing Fulham, na? City will go
uh,
all guns blazing.
Yeah, yeah, agree. So, yeah, I think it will be because it is away. I think maybe Fulham would score. Okay, yeah. See, Tejas has predicted what I thought agreeing with Fulham nil, Liverpool 4. So, yeah, it Liverpool are the clear favorites, but because Fulham, Liverpool are the favorites. Fulham, because they are playing at home, they will score at least one goal. So maybe something like a 3-1 to Liverpool,
Hmm.
but they will score. I think that is what will happen. Fulham will score. Now, the rest might change, but 3-1. That's my prediction for the game
I'll,
for
I'll,
Liverpool.
I will go with Tejas' prediction 4-0. Abhishek says 3-0 to
Yeah,
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
वेंकटेश ऑल्सो से 3-0 to Liverpool. मिनिमम 3 गोल तो खाने ही वाले फुलर.
आने वाला
क्रेवन कॉटेज में खेल रहे हो फिर भी 3 गोल तो खाने वाले हैं.
Hmm.
तीन लोग तो
साला,
खाएंगे. Let's see.
न्यूनेस, लुइस डियाज, Roberto
Uh,
Firmino, Diego Jota. What an attack!
They have
yeah.
Fabio Carvalho also, na? Now.
कहाँ हाँ फैबियो कावालियो भी है उनके
And
पास.
from Fulham, by the way, they bought him
Fulham
from
from
Fulham.
Fulham, yes, yes.
But it's from
Fulham
Fulham.
design for
Oh,
5 million, just for 5
5
million.
million, yeah, exactly.
exactly.
Bournemouth
Bargain.
Villa. Next game, Bournemouth Villa. Grim by
Bournemouth Villa, two each.
to each. Prashant,
Yeah. So, 1-0.
one all.
I also
Okay,
think we'll
okay,
go for.
interesting.
Yeah.
I'll go for 3-1 to Villa. Villa are a very promising side and they've signed some good players. So I think they will win 3-1. Bro, United lineup का prediction भी कर दो बाद में free होके. Absolutely भाई. United का match decide करेंगे तब बोलेंगे lineup prediction. Don't worry. पक्का
हाँ
पक्का definitely. Next game, Leeds and Wolves. अग्रिम भाई.
हाँ
लीड्स के स्टेडियम में वुल्व्स के
Leeds.
ठीक
अच्छा
Elland
है.
लीड्स
Road.
का स्टेडियम है ओके
एलन
एलन रोड लीड्स हारेगा 2-1 2-1 या 3-1 टू वुल्व्स
Okay. Prashant.
I actually think Ellen Road पे शायद लीड्स जीत जाए. I mean Wolves aren't doing that well. मतलब वो लोग कुछ इतना खास खेल नहीं रहे अभी खुद भी. So you know और वो लीड्स थोड़ा सा होम ग्राउंड पे थोड़ा सा they can do something. Maybe something like a 1-0 to Leeds.
Okay. I'll go for
Yeah.
1-0 to Wolves because I think
Wolves.
defensively Wolves are very compact. They are brilliant under the new manager. So उनका defense बहुत ही fantastic है.
दोनों लाते हैं.
Bournemouth Villa तेजस की predictions है 1 to Villa, 1 to Bournemouth, 3 to Villa, like same predictions as mine. Abhishek also says
अभिषेक says
1
2-1
to
to.
Bournemouth Villa. Yeah, so 2-1 to Villa, Venkatesh as well. So fantastic. तेजस से
Leeds to
लीड्स टू वुल्व्स टू. अरे मजा आ गया, दो दो गोल हो जाएंगे तो 4 गोल वाला मैच. अभिषेक ऑल्सो से 1-0 टू वुल्व्स. वुल्व्स आर वेरी कॉम्पैक्ट डिफेंस. उनका डिफेंस
या
बहुत ही ऑर्गेनाइज्ड है. तो मुझे लगता है उनको बहुत ज्यादा एडवांटेज है. दे डोंट कंसीड दैट मच. तो दे प्ले काउंटर अटैकिंग ब्रांड ऑफ फुटबॉल बट डिफेंसिवली वो बहुत ज्यादा ऑर्गेनाइज्ड है. वेंकटेश इज 0-0 फॉर लीड्स वुल्फ. बैनफोर्ड विल ट्राई हार्ड एंड फेल. बैनफोर्ड आगे
हाँ.
इंजरी से बाहर आया कि नहीं? तो बहुत लॉन्ग टर्म इंजरी हुआ था. आई होप इज
या
बैक फ्रॉम इंजरी. नॉट हर्ड एनीथिंग अबाउट हिम बट अगर इंजरी से बाहर आया तो बैनफोर्ड इज अ रियली गुड स्ट्राइकर. सिर्फ 29 ईयर्स का है तो फॉर्मर चेल्सी स्ट्राइकर. तो या लेट्स लास्ट सीजन पूरा इंजरी में चला गया उनका. तो लेट्स सी इफ थिंग्स चेंज बिफोर वी मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट मैच. Wolves have switched to 4 at the back. Won't be the same as last season, but yeah, they can be good defensively. But Leeds will have firepower too. Correct. Absolutely agree. So let's see who wins the battle. Newcastle and Nottingham. अरे वाह, क्या कंपटीशन, क्या गेम है पहला।
क्या
क्या
गेम
बोलते हो
होने
अग्रिम
वाला
भाई?
है।
कौन कौन?
This is a very tough fixture. First week in Nottingham is against Newcastle.
न्यू कासल।
The new Newcastle. So I think
या
uh, I will go for like 3-2 Newcastle and one for Nottingham Forest.
ओके
Hmm.
प्रशांत।
Yeah, I'm hoping for a high scoring encounter here. Both teams have signed very good attacking players in the transfer window, right? So, दो और defensively दोनों थोड़े बहुत suspect हैं अभी भी. So I think it will be a high scoring match, something like 2-2.
Okay, I'll also go for a high scoring game, but I'll make it 3-3. I think both the teams will score 3 goals. Tejas, Newcastle to Nottingham 1. Yeah, absolutely can happen. Abhishek says 1-1.
1-1.
Most of them are
Yeah,
going for the draw, so except for
for
Tejas,
a
I
draw,
think,
yeah.
and Agrim Bhai. So Venkatesh, yes, Bamford is back. They won 6-2 in last preseason penalty. Great, great. Okay.
Yeah. सही
So
है.
positivity for Leeds, push to positivity. Spurs and Southampton.
हाँ. Uh, Antonio Conte for the win.
Antonio Conte, absolutely. I mean, no doubt
Yeah,
about it. क्या बोलते हो अगले
exactly.
भाई?
So,
स्कोर प्रेडिक्शन क्या है?
again,
कितने मारेंगे
हाँ,
स्पर्स?
first जीत जाएगा 3-0.
और प्रशांत क्या बोलते हो?
2-0.
सरप्राइज कुछ?
Yeah.
टू नहीं? आई
सरप्राइज तो
थिंक
नहीं,
या
आई साउथहैम्पटन मुझे लगता नहीं कि उतना compete कर पाएंगे, शायद गोल मार ले या 3-1 जैसे अभिषेक बोल रहा है. आई डोंट नो इफ ही talking about this match in specific, but Spurs will win. Southampton might score, but Spurs will win. मेरे हिसाब से it will be 2-0. दो गोल तो मार ही लेंगे वो
मेरा
लोग.
भी 2-0, मुझे भी वही लगता है 2-0 होगा. अभिषेक से
हाँ.
3-1. तेजस से 5-0. माय गॉड.
अरे माँ
हैरिकेन
कसम.
हैट्रिक. हैरिकेन हैट्रिक
हैरी.
एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा है
वो
तेजस.
कौन हैट्रिक?
हरिकेन.
हाँ. हैरी केन.
Venkatesh
हाँ.
says 3-2 Spurs, 1-2
साउथ.
Southampton. So yeah, so everyone going in for Spurs. So no doubt. Everton, Chelsea. Lampard versus Chelsea. क्या बोलते हो guys?
हाँ, चल.
Only Chelsea.
Pretty straightforward.
क्या बोलते हैं प्रशांत? कितना चेल्सी को?
Very straightforward. I'm saying maybe something like a 3-0 to Chelsea, I guess.
Yeah, even I will go with that 3-0 Chelsea. I don't
Yeah,
expect anything from Everton.
yeah.
बैडली रन
Agree.
क्लब. यूनाइटेड की तरह ही है, बहुत ही बुरी तरह से क्लब रन किया है
पूरी
उनको,
तरह से
उनके
रन
ओनर ने.
किया गया.
आई थिंक फराद मुशीरी इसका नाम है, राइट? दैट्स द
हाँ,
नेम ऑफ
फराज
द
मुश्किल.
ओनर. या
Yeah,
सो
so
वेरी बैडली, पुअरली रन
basically,
क्लब.
exactly. और उसके पास फाइनेंस आ रहा था, पैसे आ रहे थे इसके वजह से, वो आलिशा उस्मान आउट की वजह से, एंड अभी बिकॉज ऑफ द सैंक्शन
करेक्ट.
उसका
हाँ.
पैसा ब्लॉक हो गया. तो दे आर इन अ मेस. या.
एवर्टन
तो
फैंस.
या. अगेन योर प्रेडिक्ट.
जेरार्ड रोमेरो से थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग. अरे वेंकटेश भाई, जेरार्ड रोमेरो की बिल्कुल ही मत सुनो. साला पक्का दोगला इंसान है. अभी शाम को मैंने ट्वीट पढ़ा, फ्रैंकी डियोंग विल स्टे एट बार्सिलोना. अभी बोलते थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग. पक्का दोगला, बारसा का पेड़ है ये मीडिया पर्सन है. जैसे यूनाइटेड का
क्या
सैमुअल लकाशे, वैसे ये बारसा का पेड़ है ये.
क्या
बारसा का.
क्या बर्नार्डो सिल्वा आ रहा है? लेकिन क्या, आई डोंट नो.
बर्नार्डो सिल्वा, आई थिंक दे विल साइन बर्नार्डो सिल्वा. मुझे लगता है वो होगा, बट एंड ऑफ द विंडो होगा. दे विल डेफिनेटली साइन. जिस तरह का बार्सिलोना एम्बिशन दिखा रही है, दे आर थिंकिंग. लॉट ऑफ पीपल से दैट उनका फ्यूचर में दे विल सफर, बट आई डोंट थिंक सो. वो इतने प्लेयर्स लेके टाइटल जीतेंगे, रेवेन्यू बनाएंगे फ्रॉम स्पॉन्सरशिप एंड एवरीथिंग, with the amount of players, with the brand of football they play. I think in future they will cover off those wages and the depth.
Yes.
So I think they're moving in the right direction. Laporta is a lawyer, so he knows all about this financial and legal aspects. So shouldn't be a problem, I think. Abhishek
जुगाड़ कर
Putran
लेगा वो.
says 2-0 to Chelsea. Tejas says Everton 1, Chelsea 3. Tejas says ये जेरार्ड रोमेरो की धोती में आग लगी. Venkatesh 2-0 to Chelsea. Smiling. Son record against Southampton. 15
15
games,
games.
12 goals, 5 assists. तो तेजस बोल रहा है कि हैरी केन नहीं, Son हैट्रिक मारेगा, क्या प्लेयर
on
यार
that.
Son. I am very surprised nobody is going in for Heung-min Son in a transfer window.
Yeah.
I mean, people want to
But
sign
he's already
players
like
like
30 or
Man.
something, no?
Sorry.
हाँ बट
Yeah.
फिर भी यार भाई इतने गोल्स मारे उसने लास्ट सीजन और क्या पेस ओवरऑल मतलब एक मैनेजर को जैसा
Yep.
प्लेयर चाहिए डिसिप्लिन
Hmm.
वर्ल्ड क्लास सब उसमें सारे गुण है बोलते हैं ना लड़की देखने जाते तो
Hmm.
सौभाग्यवती बोलते हैं लड़की को वैसे
हाँ,
है यूनमिन
ऐसे
सॉन है
टाइप का।
मतलब
हाँ,
मैनेजर्स
आदर्श
प्लेयर
फुटबॉलर।
आदर्श आदर्श एकदम आदर्श बहू
आदर्श,
है
हाँ, आदर्श फुटबॉलर। हाँ,
हैरी केन 14 गेम
ये
11 गोल 6 असिस्ट साउथहैम्पटन की तो
अच्छा,
खोल खोल के मारने वाले
तो
जिस तरह
ये
यूनाइटेड ने मारे थे
मारेंगे।
ना सोलशायर के टाइम पे
हाँ,
9-0
9-0.
वैसे उसके वैसे
9-0.
मारने वाले प्लस
दस
पेरिसिच कुलिसिवस्की डॉकर्टी ऑन विंग्स
Hmm.
इज गोइंग टू बी डेंजरस प्रॉस्पेक्ट फॉर साउथहैम्पटन टू हैंडल एब्सोल्युटली कुलिसिवस्की
Yeah,
तो क्या
yeah.
प्लेयर साइन किया है आउट ऑफ नोवेयर
Very
कहां
good
से
player.
मैंने कभी एक्सपेक्ट ही नहीं किया था इतना इतना अच्छा खेलेगा आई न्यू ही वाज टैलेंटेड बट इतना जल्दी जेल हो जाएगा और इतना बेहतरीन फुटबॉल फ्रॉम गेम वन खेलेगा नेवर एक्सपेक्टेड कैशमर्स माइकल्स
और
11
यार
years spell at Leicester has come to an end
हम्म,
35 it has joined me
राइट.
कुछ 1 या 2 million है हाँ बोल रहे क्या बोल रहे थे अग्रिम भाई
मैं बोल रहा था दे साइन रिचार्लिसन आल्सो ना फ्रॉम एवर्टन.
हाँ,
एब्सोल्युटली रिचार्लिसन बिसूमा
इमेजिन फ्रंट
पेरिसिच तो क्या प्लेयर है
इमेजिन द फ्रंट थ्री दिस ये अपना रिचार्लिसन सॉन एंड केन मैन दैट इज समथिंग
यस.
टेरिफाइंग टेरिफाइंग तो भाई ये सैटरडे गेम्स है संडे संडे को भी 3 गेम्स है हमारे और पहला है
हाँ
लेस्टर और ब्रेंटफोर्ड क्या बोलते हो भाई लोग लेस्टर और ब्रेंटफोर्ड में कौन जीतेगा
लेस्टर.
लेस्टर प्रशांत
सेम लेस्टर
I'll go for Brentford 1-0 to Brentford and next match West Ham and Man City at the London Stadium
हाँ
ड्रॉ.
इंटरेस्टिंग
ड्रॉ.
draw draw
अग्री
my God अरे तेरे मुंह में घी शक्कर भाई तेरे मुंह में घी शक्कर क्या बोलते प्रशांत
Because you know
हाँ
why am I saying draw? I will say you because last time we West Ham almost had beaten City, yeah.
हारे
yes
थे
yes yes last game correct
यस
correct
Second last game, sorry. Second last
second
game,
last game
long
second
game
last
last
game
game.
yes yes yes
Hmm.
yes 2-0 था फिर उन्होंने 2 गोल्स लेट मारे तो 2 और ड्रॉ हो गया था आई रिमेम्बर
Yes,
so
yes,
West Ham is
एग्जैक्ट
unpredictable
yes.
and exactly now they have this striker ना Camacho
Tamaka
so
Tamaka
हाँ
Come
Camacha
on.
Camacha
नेक्स्ट
ये
इब्राहिमोविच
हाँ
बोलते हैं उसको वो नेक्स्ट
Come
क्या
ज़्लाटन
on.
बोलते हैं उसको कमाका को
वो सही है लेट्स सी
तमाचा
तो अगर
Tomato.
अगर वैसा ही है तो फिर हाँ तमाचा लेट्स अगर उतना है तो कम से कम ड्रॉ तो हो ही सकता है मॉइज वाला
Hmm.
अरे अरे
मॉइज
वाह
एक
वाह
पे
वाह
तो कर ही सकता है यूनाइटेड को
आई थिंक दे सिटी विल विन 2-0 कंफर्टेबली मेरा
हाँ
प्रेडिक्शन तो ये है वेंकटेश ब्रोस सॉन एक्चुअली कॉन्ट्रैक्टेड टू 2025 रिसेंटली इसलिए कोई ट्राई नहीं करेगा उसके लिए या
Hmm.
मेक सेंस
Hmm.
थैंक यू वेंकटेश भाई अभिषेक से 3-0 वाह सही है 3-0 टू सिटी तेजस से लेस्टर 2 ब्रेंटफोर्ड 1 वाह 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 गुड 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 1-1 Venkatesh for Leicester and Brentford. Yeah, it's going to be a tough battle. You know, they just West Ham 1, Man City 2. Okay, fair enough. 3-1 to
वेंकटेश
City for Venkatesh. 2-1 Haaland scores own goal in 92nd.
Yeah, I mean,
Good one, Amy. Good one, good one. Good one,
that's
Amy. I
That
that's
like
celebration,
that.
can we see that celebration of Haaland?
हाँ एग्जैक्ट
और
वो वाला
लास्ट गेम ऑफ द वीकेंड हम इसके बारे में बात करेंगे यूनाइटेड और ब्राइटन जैसे वेंकटेश
हाँ
भाई ने बात की थी लाइन प्रेडिक्शन पहले हम बात करते हैं स्कोर लाइन प्रेडिक्शन क्या बोलते हैं प्रशांत जीतेगा यूनाइटेड पहला गेम
हाँ
ब्राइटन के सामने 4-0 हारे थे हम लास्ट टाइम ब्राइटन ने जब गए
Exactly.
हाँ
थे
या आई रिमेम्बर 4-0 मतलब गंदा हारे थे आई गेस थोड़ा बहुत नया न्यू मैनेजर बाउंस वगैरह है तो आई थिंक इट विल बी मतलब प्री सीजन में भी मैंने जो देखा है उस हिसाब से आई आई हैव अ फीलिंग कि वो इट विल बी वन ऑफ दोज मैचेस वेयर वी कीप क्रिएटिंग चांसेस एंड चांसेस and in the end maybe 1 or 2 goals we will score but एकदम late
बढ़िया
second half वैसे टाइप का गेम लग रहा है so I think maybe something like 2-0 2-0 to United yeah but it will not be a comfortable 2-0 it will be like a another match where we have scored 2 late goals maybe 78th or 80th minute or something like that
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Even I think 2-0. I think Martial and Fernandes will score 2-0 for me. And Agrim by your thoughts?
My prediction will be probably United 4 and Brighton 2. Because
अग्रिम
United
भाई
will
ओह
concede.
आज
जितना
तो
United
कॉन्फिडेंस आपको
United
यूनाइटेड पे है ना,
United concede तो करेगा
उतना
करेगा
हमें भी
I
नहीं है
agree.
हाँ ना, बहुत
United
बहुत
concede तो करेगा.
कॉन्फिडेंस है आपको.
हाँ
Okay, okay, fair enough. I mean, can happen with the Eric Ten Hag style of play. So we've seen pre-season positive things, and let's hope that United score a lot of goals. Of lineup prediction, I think it will be back four with Maguire, Lindelof, uh, Dalot and Shaw. एंड देन मिडफील्ड में तो प्रोटेक्शन करने की जरूरत ही नहीं, सबको पता है हमारे फेवरेट मैक फ्रेड होंगे. And
हाँ
it will be Fernandes, Rashford, and Sancho on the wings, and Martial up front. I think Ronaldo will sit out this game because he did not have that much pre-season. So this will be the predicted lineup. Things can change, We may see Varane for Lindelof, or maybe Ericsson chipping in for either of McTominay or Fred. So anything can happen. Let's see. If Sancho is not able to fit in, then we may see a different lineup, or Alanga can start. So I'm excited to see what what is this formation, and whether he goes with 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. Two number eights, Fernandez and Ericsson with one defensive midfielder and Fred, or it will be Fred McTominay. Very interesting to see. तो क्या लगता है आपको प्रशांत, what will be the lineup?
yeah so I think looking at what he has gone with in the preseason और जिस तरह से बोलते हैं ना मतलब अभी के जो अपने पुराने वाले प्लेयर्स है जिस तरह से उन लोग ने परफॉर्म किया आई डोंट थिंक मगवायर को स्टार्ट करने में कोई चतुराई होगी तो
Shut your
uh, तो मगवायर स्टार्ट नहीं करेगा मे बी भाई ये इधर मार्टिनेज और वरान और मे बी लिंडलॉफ एंड वरान मे बी so uh, either of those two, anyone but not Maguire. Left back में Milicia is a sure starter. Uh, right wing पे I mean right back पे तो we already have a player there, so वहाँ का कुछ टेंशन नहीं है. I think Diego Dalot will be starting from there, and in midfield I am hoping to not see McFred, but I think I will see McFred. And unlike Mac Alotiki, I will not be loving it. So
अरे
uh,
रे, मतलब मैं कालोटिक का
yeah,
फैन है तू प्रशांत है.
yeah. So exactly. So I think we will be starting with them, but I'm hoping agar if the if Eric and Hug does have things worked out, uh, शायद Christian Eriksen से start कर ले. Maybe something like Fred and Christian Eriksen. That might work with Bruno Fernandes playing as a number 10 and then our forwards and the wingers like Sancho, Rashford, Martial up front.
Tejas
So,
says 2-1 to United. Tejas says Deher, Dalot, Maguire, Lindelof, Malacia. Wow. Fred, McTominay, Sancho, Bruno, Rashford, Marshall. So the same lineup as what I said. Just Malacia
yeah,
replaces Shaw. And Venkatesh is 3-1 United. Most of the players will try to impress Eric Ten Hag and Old Trafford too. Yeah. So we'll have an advantage of Old Trafford. So chances are that United will come out with a win. Tejas, I felt the same lineup too with
line up.
Tejas.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So Venkatesh and Tejas agree on the lineup. David De Gea.
Okay,
Yes,
David De Gea.
goalkeeper Abhishek. Maguire तो decent था pre-season
मुझे
में,
पूरा टीम
and
बोलना
Ten
होता
Hag strongly said he's our captain, definitely starting the initial few games. Yes, I thought against Atletico Madrid especially, he was fantastic, brilliant. Read the game, उसका game जो उन्होंने read किया था बहुत brilliant था. Counter attack stop किए थे बहुत. So I am really happy that Maguire had a really good pre-season, but what happened in pre-season doesn't matter. What happens from now on matters the most. So let's see if he can actually play up to the standard that was expected from him the last 2 years. So देखना पड़ेगा. Before we move on to a Grimby's lineup, AB says
है.
Dahai, Malaysia, Maguire,
Uh,
Varane, Delo, Fred, McTominay, Bruno, Sancho, Rashford, CR7.
Yeah, seven.
इंटरेस्टिंग
Four.
wants to CR7 to start, तो देखना पड़ेगा, never know. रोनाल्डो इज ऑलवेज फिट, तो उसको फिटनेस की जरूरत होती नहीं है, वो हमेशा फिट रहता है, उसको आधी रात को उठा के
I
बोलो
think
गेम खेल रहे हैं, ही विल बी
Ronaldo
इक्वली फिट.
आएगा तो I think Ronaldo अगर आएगा तो like towards the end of the second half, like
सेकेंड हाफ
60th
आएगा, दैट्स इवन दैट्स व्हाट आई
वैसे
थिंक.
टाइप का आएगा. He will not start मेरे हिसाब से because you know he has not had a full season. हाँ, या फिर ऐसा हो सकता है कि भाई मतलब because he is a superstar, सर को अगर खेलने का मन है तो खिला दिया, और maybe he'll be taken off in the second half like he was done at the previous game, तो शायद वैसा भी हो जाएगा.
तो अग्रिम भाई, आपका कोई चेंजेस है हमारे लाइनअप से, कुछ डिसएग्री करते हो?
देखो, I think except for like probably Varane के बदले, I think they will probably get this guy. What's his name? Lisandro Martinez, because he's very
हाँ.
good with with
आई
the
लव्ड
ball
हिम इन
playing
दैट
and
प्री
stuff.
सीजन गेम, आई लव्ड हिम. बट मुझे सिर्फ यही है कि उनको गेम टाइम मिला नहीं है, तो शायद वो नहीं स्टार्ट करे, पर अदरवाइज क्या
No,
प्लेयर
but
है यार,
he
फैंटास्टिक प्लेयर.
understands the Ten Hag game very well, ना, because
या
Ajax में भी तो उनके साथ ही था ना. And secondly, is Donny van de Beek back?
डॉनी भाई,
ये
एब्सोल्युटली
हाँ.
प्रीसीजन में खेला भी था, तो पर
So
डॉनी वैन de Beek आई डोंट
he's
थिंक विल, हो सकता है, या वी नेवर नो. एरिक
वही मैं
टेन
बोल रहा
हैग.
हूँ ना. Under Ten Hag, he is going to start because he understands the game well, ना.
हाँ,
हो
but he
सकता
has
है, हो
not
सकता
done
है
that so
absolutely.
far in pre-season. Pre-season में दो
हाँ,
मैचेस जहाँ पे वो ज्यादा खेला, एक में he impressed, the other में he was not so great.
was
Like
not too great, yeah,
हाँ,
yeah.
exactly. I think against Aston Villa, right? Against Aston Villa उतना कुछ अच्छा खेला
Yeah,
नहीं है.
yeah, he was
Yeah.
very dull in that game. So AB
हाँ,
says he
he'll be
will be
starting
started,
for that
थोड़ा
game.
भाव देने वरना राकेश
वरना
सावंत जैसा कुछ नया टीआरपी सीन करेगा. I think he's talking about Ronaldo.
हाँ, yeah, हाँ, exactly. वही तो, एग्जैक्टली उसको स्टार्ट करना होगा तो करना ही होगा ऐसा. तो दैट इज समथिंग व्हिच टेन हाग विल हैव टू हैंडल टैक्टफुली. थोड़ा दिमाग लगा के खेलना पड़ेगा इसको.
तो गाइस मूव
या
ऑन करते हैं टॉप स्कोरर्स के लिए. अग्रिम भाई, क्या लगता है, डार्विन न्यूनेस, अर्लिंग हालैंड, मोहम्मद सालाह, क्रिस्टियानो रोनाल्डो, कौन कौन मारेगा?
Hmm. Tough. You were forgetting Harry Kane also. Harry Kane भी
मैंने
बहुत
मैंने
अच्छा है.
पर्पसली नहीं बोला, क्योंकि मैं चाहता था मैं हैरिकेन का नाम बोलूं, कोई ना बोले. सुमड़ी में मैं हैरिकेन का नाम बोलूं, कोई ना बोले. ऑफ कोर्स आई
तो
आई
टॉप
कैन नेवर
फाइव
फॉरगेट
इधर
हैरिकेन.
टॉप या टॉप 10, क्या क्या प्रेडिक्ट करना है?
टॉप गोल स्कोरर कौन रहेगा इनमें से?
Okay, my prediction for 2022-23 season will be probably Mohammad Salah with 24 or 25 goals.
तेजस एग्रीज विद यू, साला टॉप स्कोरर. क्या लगता है प्रशांत, कौन रहेगा?
नॉट हालेड, एंड मे बी नॉट इवन न्यूनेस, because दोनों के लिए नया लीग है,
Hmm.
एंड अगेन दे आर नॉट स्ट्राइकर फोकस सिस्टम दोनों का. So neither of them, they will score, but कोई भी टॉप स्कोरर शायद नहीं बनेगा. Uh, I think maybe because of the Conte effect, either Kane or Son. नहीं, I mean अगर Son बन जाए तो मुझे और भी मजा आ जाएगा. Like
Hmm.
he's such a good person. Like खुशी होगी कि हाँ भाई ये बंदा बना टॉप स्कोरर. कि
तो सेकंड
हैरी
फिनिश
केन को
क्या था?
बहुत ज्यादा स्पॉटलाइट मिलता
आज्ञाकारी
है. हाँ,
बहू, क्या आज्ञा, क्या
हाँ,
बोला तुमने,
आदर्श
आज्ञाकारी
को,
बहू.
आदर्श
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 बहू,
को,
आदर्श बहू.
आदर्श को, हाँ.
वो
एग्जैक्टली. तो
या
आदर्श
जॉइंट
स्ट्राइकर
रनर अप था
को,
ना लास्ट लास्ट सीजन सॉन. जॉइंट रनर अप था.
जॉइन
हाँ,
था, फिर सारा.
या एग्जैक्टली वही. तो हैरी केन बहुत सारा फुटेज खा लेता है उसका, बट ही डिजर्व्स अ लॉट. तो
नो बट
हाँ,
द
वो
थिंग
अगर
अबाउट
वो
हैरी
जीत
केन
जाए
इज व्हाट आई लाइक इज, Hurricane game banata बहुत है, deep,
Yes.
drops deep in and makes. You see those goals that Son and Kulusevski scored last season. Hurricane was the one who made those goals. Dropping deep and putting those through passes. Making
या
on putting the ball on the wings, making Son and getting Son and Kulusevski involved. Hurricane got to get a lot of credit for it. क्या प्रशांत,
हम्म.
कुछ बोल रहे थे आप?
हाँ, सो मैं वही बोल रहा था कि मेरे हिसाब से लाइक केन, लाइक बिकॉज ऑफ केन, सॉन डज नॉट गेट इनफ क्रेडिट. लाइक सम ऑफ द
हम्म.
गोल्स दैट ही हैज स्कोर्ड, लाइक दे वर मेसी एस्क. ऐसे कितने सारे गोल्स हैं मैंने
Hmm.
हमेशा देखा है, एंड दे आर ऑलवेज टाइटल्ड. अगर मेसी ने ये गोल मारा होता तो लोग पागल हो जाते, बट सॉन हैज एक्चुअली स्कोर्ड दोज गोल्स. सो
Yeah, absolutely.
वो एक चीज है. अगर हिम बीइंग अ नेशन, इफ अ नेशन विंस दैट एज वेल, वो भी एक बड़ी चीज होगी. We have had an African win the title for one season. So agar now if it's a nation, that will be a new height. for the Asian game as well. So yeah, hopefully that. And runner-up में maybe Ronaldo or Haaland वो सब का. So we have a lot of good strikers. That's a very interesting thing. That's something I'm really looking forward to. अगर Ronaldo stays, we'll have Ronaldo, we have Haaland, we have Nunes, we have this Kamaka guy. So अच्छा
Yeah,
मतलब
don't
मजा
forget
आएगा.
Kamaka guy. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know,
Gabriel Jesus
हाँ
भी है. Gabriel Jesus has a
Gabriel
very
Jesus
good
भी
team,
है.
no?
Yes, yes,
हाँ
yes. Don't
You're
forget.
forgetting him
He'll
as
be the
well.
main man, Arsenal ka. Gabriel Jesus.
हाँ
So
yeah.
don't forget.
They have
So yeah,
a
very
they have a, Arsenal now have a Gabriel trilogy, right?
Hmm.
Gabriel Martinelli. There's a defender
Gabriel
Gabriel.
Jesus
Jesus.
and the
Yes.
defender
Uh,
Gabriel, center back. Yeah,
yeah,
Gabriel.
correct.
exactly.
G3.
So they have that. Yeah, G3. Exactly. So
For me, it's
yeah.
Harry Kane because मेरे लिए तो मुझे
uh,
लगता है Harry Kane रहेगा. He is the master and the Conte effect is going to make him score a lot of goals. So I'm hoping it's going to be Harry Kane. लास्ट सीजन के गोल शॉर्ट हो गए थे तो इस सीजन पूरा वसूल करेंगे मेरे को तो
Hmm.
कोई बिल्कुल भी डाउट नहीं है और बिफोर वी मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट अग्री भाई क्विकली ये आपसे कंफर्म करना है ये I've just read something somewhere. Barcelona are very angry with the behavior of players who were told 3 months ago to look for another team and are still at
Hmm.
the club. In
Hmm.
particularly, they are
Martin
angry
Braithwaite.
with Martin Braithwaite.
sorry, who?
Martin
Martin
Braithwaite.
Braithwaite from Middlesbrough.
Martin Braithwaite.
Ex-Middlesbrough player.
Lord Braithwaite.
Not Braithwaite.
Hmm.
कुछ बार्सिलोना की साइनिंग्स मतलब अंडर दी ओल्ड रेजिम मेड नो सेंस ब्रेथवेट
Yeah.
है फिर वो लुक डियोंग था उनका कोई मतलब सेंस ही नहीं था व्हाई आई डोंट नो व्हाई
Hmm.
दीस प्लेयर्स वर
हम
साइंड
सब panic buys थे. They were all
सब
panic
पैनिक
buys.
Uh,
बाइस थे सब पैनिक बाइस
even the pie, like luckily
हाँ
I think
जरूर नहीं था जस्ट बिकॉज ही
हाँ
वाज फ्री तो ले लिया भाई ले लिया अरे
ले
भाई
लिया हाँ भाई एग्जैक्टली उसको लाने का कोई मतलब नहीं था भाई तो
Exactly.
एग्जैक्टली
ऐसी चीज है
But yeah,
मतलब
but he was still the
आपके
club top scorer last season.
वो
हाँ
the pie
ही वॉज
हाँ
डिपाई
he
यस
was
यस
I'm not saying he's a bad guy but
But no, but he's a
Barcelona
very
was
hard working player. But ऐसा है इसका चीज है ना like he's a very hard working player. Even though मतलब
yeah
भर भर के टैलेंट है, but उसका
हाँ
like antics का like so much ना कि क्या
हाँ
बोलूं उसके बारे में.
एग्जैक्टली इसलिए तो बारसा उसको फ्री में जाने दे रहा है ना that's what
Exactly.
ऑस्ट्रेलिया
I
आई थिंक
yeah
या इज गोइंग टू
so
यूवेंटस आई थिंक
Yes.
Juventus अच्छा what I've heard
Juventus,
is कि वही मतलब ये ना
Tottenham and Newcastle were also linked with him.
न्यू
हाँ
कासल
एग्जैक्ट
टॉटनहम मैंने अभी चेल्सी भी पढ़ा कहाँ पे चेल्सी भी
हाँ
Hmm.
मैंने
वर
भी
आल्सो
चेल्सी
लिंक्ड
पढ़ा
हिम
था या एंड वही यूनाइटेड में भी उसका वही प्रॉब्लम था कि भाई आ गया और एकदम मतलब ये शो ऑफ ज्यादा करने लगा सो
Yeah.
वही बैंकर क्लब अच्छा आई डोंट नो हु इज टॉकिंग अबाउट बट आई एम टॉकिंग
Barcelona
अबाउट
का था.
बार्सिलोना
बार्सिलोना के बारे में बात कर रहे हो यूनाइटेड फैन है ना अभी भी मन में गुस्सा तो है ना अभी तक फ्रैंकी डियोंग को बेचा नहीं है तो आई थिंक मार्टिन ब्राथवेट है आई थिंक फ्रैंकी डियोंग है उमटीटी आई थिंक इज वन ऑफ द प्लेयर दैट दे आर लुकिंग टू सेल हु एल्स अग्रिम भाई और कोई है जो
Gerard Piqué.
आई डोंट थिंक जेराड पिटी को बेचेंगे इस साल आई थिंक दे विल कीप हिम फॉर अनदर सीजन बट आई थिंक
यार
ये
उसको बेच दो यार. He is of no use anyway.
especially after signing Kunde, you got Kunde, you got
Yeah.
Silva, you got क्या नाम है वो यूरुग्वायन
Christensen.
बंदे का हाँ
Araujo ना.
अराउहो है
Araujo.
और कौन है
Christensen है.
क्रिस्टियंसन या न्यू रिसेंटली साइन तो मे बी उनको फिफ्थ फिफ्थ सेंटर बैक रखा रहेगा एज अ बैकअप पीके मे बी फॉर अनदर सीजन
Maybe.
बट या आई थिंक दे आर रियली गुड डिफेंडर्स आई डोंट थिंक दे नीड
ये
क्रिस्टियंसन
अपनी फॉर्म में रह के करेगा क्या बस डेट करते रहेगा दूसरी लड़कियों को लाइक दूसरे प्लेयर्स की माँ को लाइक ही वाज डेटिंग गावि's मदर
नहीं
दैट वाज
इसलिए तो
हाँ
दैट वाज
देखा ना कि
सीरियस
समथिंग
शकीरा पे
एग्जैक्टली
टैक्स
ठीक
का
है
दैट
रेट
वाज
पड़ा. शकीरा पे
अच्छा
टैक्स
टैक्स
रेट
का
हाँ
रेट
शकीरा
पड़ा.
पे ओ हाँ ठीक है दैट्स अ कॉमन थिंग ना वो तो बहुत ही कॉमन चीज है
स्पेन
सबको
में तो
पड़ता है
टैक्स रेट कि सब पे
हाँ.
मतलब ऐसा कोई प्लेयर है जिसपे किसी टैक्स रेट नहीं पड़ा होगा
हाँ
Exactly.
तेजस से
एग्जैक्टली
would you take Depay on a free Ziyech for Ronaldo swap and Sesko on transfer fee Depay on free absolutely no a serious no वेज बिल बढ़ाएगा यूनाइटेड का already it's not worked out in the past I don't see any reason it's going to work out again Ziyech for Ronaldo नहीं Ziyech injury prone है although he's
हाँ
talented is brilliant इंजरी प्रोन है. रोनाल्डो को
हाँ,
आई डोंट वांट टू सी रोनाल्डो गो टू अनदर प्रीमियर लीग को give club and bang in 30 goals. He will, if he goes to Chelsea, he'll definitely bang in 25-30 goals. तो वो तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं चाहिए. रोनाल्डो नीड्स टू लीव भाई इंग्लैंड के बाद. इंग्लैंड में तो
इंग्लैंड के
बेचना ही
बाद
नहीं. एंड सेस्को ऑन अ फ्री ट्रांसफर.
ट्रांसफर
सेस्को
फी,
on a transfer fee. Absolutely. Bhai,
ट्रांसफर
Sesko is my number one striker target. After we lost the Nunes battle, now I think Sesko is one of the signings that makes sense. And I would love Sesko, Benjamin Sesko. जिस तरह से मैंने उनके बारे में सुना है, what I've read, the video that I watched him, the promise that is shown, I think he will be a fantastic signing. And Eric Ten Hag system में बहुत अच्छे से चलेगा. So yes, Tejas, the first 2 points I don't agree, but Sesko yes. What do you think, guys? Tejas भाई क्वेश्चन पे क्या लगता है आपको, प्रशांत?
सेम एज यू. सेस्को एक बार मतलब वी कैन पे फॉर हिम इफ वी साइन हिम वेल एंड गुड. रोनाल्डो को कहीं नहीं जाने देना, ठीक है. लाइक इवन ये सीजन तो उसको रख लो. आई मीन इवन इफ इट्स अगेंस्ट हिज विल, वैसे भी कोई और ले नहीं रहा उसको, कौन लेने वाला है.
Harry Kane
नो
also
डिसाइड.
was not sold last season against his will. Man City, he
हाँ
wanted to go to Man City, but see how that
हाँ
turned out under Conte.
हाँ
So
एग्जैक्टली.
anything can happen,
या
you know.
हाँ, वैसा भी कुछ हो सकता है, हु नोस. तो या आई वुड नॉट लेट रोनाल्डो लीव. सेस्को अगर आ जाए वेल एंड गुड, वो एक मतलब बहुत बड़ा एडवांटेज होगा. इट विल बी अ ह्यूज बूस्ट फॉर आवर अटैक बिकॉज वी
हम्म.
आर वेरी हिम ऑल अक्रॉस द पिच. तो हाँ, नीदर ऑफ दीस स्टेजेस. या अग्री.
अगर मैं
एनी
आप
ओपिनियन?
कमिंग बैक टू आवर पॉइंट वी वर डिस्कसिंग, क्या क्या लगता है आपको अपार्ट फ्रॉम Umtiti, Brathwaite and Depay, any other players you hoping to see leave Barcelona towards the end of the window? Will Frankie De Jong stay or जाएगा?
चेल्सी का भी रूमर तो चालू है ना अभी. बोल तो रहे लाइक देयर प्लानिंग टू
बहुत बहुत स्ट्रांग. इवन
हाईजैक हिम फ्रॉम.
डेविड ऑनस्टीन ने कहा है, तो मतलब बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रांगली लिंक्ड है. प्रॉब्लम ये है कि उसे जाना नहीं है. But with Chelsea, it may happen because Chelsea are in Champions League. So that may attract
यस.
staying in London, better city than
यप.
Manchester. That's what a lot of
यप.
players think. So I'm not sure
यस.
which is better because I haven't been to England. A lot of people prefer staying in London than Manchester.
यस.
And
हाँ.
Champions League football, attractive football under Tuchel. So can happen, but if Frankie De Jong goes, I think he's a top. If I'm not wrong, agree मैं correct करना. Frankie De Jong currently उनका top wage earner है, right? सबसे ज्यादा wage वही
यस.
earn करता है, correct?
यस. ही वाज ऑन 400,000. फिर उसने उसका थोड़ा डिफर्ड वेजेस में भी थोड़ा इशू है. ही आई थिंक कितना 17 मिलियन हैज टू बी पेड टू हिम, राइट?
Correct, 17 million है,
या
correct.
17 million, yes. So again, मतलब he is on high wages and again he was asked against his will to go for another reduction, which is absolutely hilarious.
वो प्लेयर्स साइन कर रहे हैं, प्लेयर्स को 50-50 मिलियन साइन कर रहे हैं और बोलते हैं कि हम वेजेस देने के लिए नहीं है. तो
नहीं नहीं.
आई
Yes,
थिंक या
sometimes.
आई अंडरस्टैंड उनको वेजेस कम
Hmm.
करना है, ही वांट, बट एटलीस्ट उनको जो, तो लेट हिम गो आउट, लेट हिम जाने दो, उनको 17 मिलियन दे दो उनके वेजेस. आई थिंक
Hmm.
जो विलिंग टू पे 150-200 million in transfers,
Yes.
17 million should be a cakewalk for you,
या
especially after
Yep.
you're going to earn 75 million from it. If they were
Yes.
going to sell to United, 17,
Yes.
5 million तो उनको पक्का मिलने ही वाला है. So I think
Yes.
that makes more of sense. But I think 13th अगस्त को registration date है, right? तो कब मालूम
Yes.
या
पड़ेगा क्या है. I think if they are still able to register other players without selling Frankie De Jong, then they might keep a hold of him.
या
तो ऐसा पॉइंट
एग्जैक्टली.
पॉइंट ऐसा भी है कि लाइक लाइक बार्सिलोना स्टिल दे गॉट एन ऑफर फॉर लाइक आई सेड ना वो बीएलएम स्टूडियोज को जो सेल पे डाला था उसका
करेक्ट करेक्ट, हाँ हाँ हाँ.
25% का शेयर होल्डर मिला है. कोई socials.com करके कोई कंपनी है आई थिंक. आई
ओके.
थिंक यू गाइस मस्ट हैव आल्सो रेड अबाउट इट. बोल रहे हैं कि दे कैन प्रोबेबली साइन, बट अभी दो खबर आ गया है कि बोलते हैं अभी साइन नहीं कर सकते हैं. आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड क्या गोल खेला है वो क्लब. समटाइम्स इनका मीडिया बिकॉज द Spanish media, it's like very mind-boggling. You cannot
हाँ
trust their sources apparently because
हाँ
other news कुछ और बोलता है, other news कुछ और बोलता है. You cannot come to one conclusion. That's why you have these intellectuals like Gerard Romero going around in Spanish
हाँ
media and saying, I'll show the light and everything. It's like
हाँ
वही होता है. But let's see. I prefer taking Fabrizio Romano का used very seriously instead of
yeah,
guys like
Great.
Romero.
Tejas
yeah,
says Ziyech was only out for 14 days last season missing 4 games, and has played under three Tejas, but I think is उसका age भी
Hmm.
ज़्यादा है, I think 29 का है. So I respect your opinion. So but for me it's a no. But yes, we've signed players in the past which I was not keen on particular, but they have worked wonders for us. So Ander Herrera, I knew nothing about him, but
Hmm.
what a player, and I love the player, and it was very sad, when we let him go on free. So there are many
yeah,
players like that. So Ziyech might turn out to be the player if you might go for it, but for me right now, I think it's a strict no. And you also says Depay as a backup for Martial works well as an
no, no.
impact option, and Tesco can develop accordingly. Uh,
Uh, Highly
you know
doubtful
what?
because Depay has, I
Ah,
mean, uh, okay, even if you say, if we count out how he played at United at his first in his first spell, right? The thing with Depay is that wherever he has gone, I don't think he will be able to get used to the type of game that Ten Hag wants to play. Like I don't know exactly what type of game that I would be suited for, to be honest. But he will. I don't think that he will be good for Ten Hag style. And the kind of character that he's again, he's like a more of an egoistic player, slightly. Yeah, he's more on an egoistic side. He has a superstar ego, just that the fact that he's not actually a superstar yet. So, yeah, I don't think he'll be a good backup. Big no to
I
that.
just
I would
I just
rather
Agreed
want
have
to
by.
add one more
Cisco.
thing. Sorry.
Sorry, yeah,
Yeah, then please go on, Prashant. Then I'll continue my point.
yeah, yes. I was just saying that I would rather have Sesko play switching and rotating with Sancho, Martial, and Rashford, and maybe even Elanga and Ronaldo as a stretch because those are the strikers that we would have. That would be our
Hmm.
forward line, but I would not have the five whatsoever. नहीं चाहिए भाई टीम
Hmm.
में भी नहीं चाहिए. He's
Exactly.
yeah, जैसे वो पालोटाली का बोलते थे ना. Like when he was signed, people said that by signing him for free, Liverpool are still paying over the odds. ये वैसी सिचुएशन हो
Absolutely.
जाएगी. Yeah.
Correct, correct.
Please continue, Akhil.
So my point was like, just compare the club statistics with his international. International, he performs very well for the
Yeah,
national team. Have you seen
Yeah,
absolutely.
the guy? Because I don't see like he gels up with the teammates he has probably. I thought probably Barcelona was the biggest probably club that could restructure reorganize his whole career, but that couldn't happen.
yeah,
I was like really surprised by the fact like उसको इतना opportunity मिला है, he couldn't utilize his potential.
yeah,
Yeah, and absolutely. And to add to that, what Tejas is saying, we need depth options. We only have Alanga as a main team forward option, and he isn't ready as well. Don't want to talk about Pelestri and Ahmad. They need loan moves. On second thought, I will agree with Tejas. If we say it's a backup option, absolutely, it's a good backup option. And if you look at Eric Ten Hag's Ajax team, you know, Depay can be the Tadic, that was at Ajax. So Tadic was also an experienced player, not all that good. He had a decent spell at Southampton, but then he's worked wonders under Ten Hag system. So Depay
Hmm.
can be the Tadic that United need right now. So on a second
Hmm.
thought, yes, I would agree with you. So if it's a backup option, because to be honest, if you think properly, you can't trust Rashford and Martial. You know, out of the top front three, I'm just believing that Sancho is going to perform this season. Rashford and Martial, I have zero trust. What they've done in
Hmm.
the past, and you know, too predictable at times, especially Rashford. Doesn't wants to run at defenders, wants to cut in and take a shot. He's only comfortable playing on the left hand side. Doesn't want to track back. So all those things needs to improve from Rashford and Marshall as well. So right now at this moment, I agree with Tejas if he says that a depth option will be very important, and Depay would fit in and do the role that Tadic used to do at Ajax. He also says bang on, and
and
Eric Ten Hag is a
it,
disciplinarian and isn't taking any fuss from a star like Ronaldo as well. तो डिपाई कौन सी चीज है या एब्सोल्युटली एंड अग्रिम भाई जो बोलते हैं कि डच नेशनल टीम में अच्छा करता है तो अगेन अ डच कोच यू नो so it might end up working so there are chances that it might work but again I think if this is to happen it will happen towards the end of the window like how we did for Edinson Cavani we signed him on the
Yeah.
deadline day so it might happen I think the priority now will be to sign Frankie de Jong and if we can't get Frankie de Jong we move on to Ruben Neves so that will be the priority. Now, before we end the show, let's quickly talk about Frankie de Jong. Now, David Ornstein, Fabrizio Romano, everyone are saying that Chelsea are super interested in. Uh, hold on. There is an update here. Just quickly go through. I think Chelsea have signed Kukurea.
Kukurea.
Yeah, yes. Romano, Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that. Let me read out his tweet. So, I think I'll put that on our board. So yes. So Mark Kukurea to Chelsea. Here we go. Full agreement in place between Chelsea and Brighton for more than 50 million. Levi Colwell on the verge of joining Brighton soon. So
Yeah.
fantastic deal. Not for Chelsea. Yes, good player, but Brighton getting 50 million from Kukurea. What a player. I
Hmm.
think we had
Very good.
3 years left on his contract. Personal terms already agreed. Manchester City out of the race. Kukurea will become Chelsea's new signing. What do you think, guys? Quick, your run through for this player. What do you think? He scored against United, if you remember,
Yeah.
when he lost that 4-0 battle against Brighton, he was the one of the scorers. So, क्या लगता है? ये
Yeah.
अच्छा प्लेयर है चेल्सी के लिए?
नहीं यार प्लेयर तो अच्छा है लाइक प्रीमियर लीग एक्सपीरियंस भी है और उसको बार्सिलोना से आया है बार्सिलोना अकेडमी से आया है सो डिफेंसिवली यूरोपियन स्टाइल का भी उसे अच्छा लगा एक्सपोजर हुआ होगा वहाँ पे सो या बिग डील है एंड या 50 million plus Levi Colwill still a very good deal I think in that move agree
Mm, good player. I want to see how he performs under Tuchel. Tuchel के अंदर I
Yeah.
want to see how he's going to perform. That is the main thing. उसके
They
fullback
already have Chilwell.
no,
They already have Chilwell.
yeah.
Not sure
I want
why
to see how
they would end up.
they progress as
Yeah,
like an inverted fullback कैसे करेंगे ना. We have to see that.
correct. 50 million Chilwell के लिए spend किया 50 million other left back. Not sure when you. I think what this is good news for Barcelona. They now have two left back in Chilwell and Kukurea. I think Alonso
Hmm.
will move in the opposite direction. He will go to Barcelona. So likely chances
This could be
कि
a news.
Alonso
Yeah.
जाएगा. Yes, yes, yes. So that is
Yeah, actually क्वार्टर
future
भी जा
letting
सकता है.
go. Yes, absolutely. Future letting go of many great talents like Star, Tomori, Gueye, Abraham, Colville. Now they might regret later. Colville's Chelsea Academy player, by the way, guys. So Star, not sure why they signed him when they
स्माइल
had
सर.
to. It's not Ismail Char, Maran Sar. Maran Sar.
अच्छा.
सेंटर बैक चेल्सी का ओ बाल ऐसे ऐसे
Okay.
है उसके
Hmm.
और टोमोरी टोमोरी तो मुझे मुझे यकीन नहीं हो रहा मतलब क्या प्लेयर है यार क्या मतलब साउथ गेट भी उसको स्टार्ट नहीं करता इंग्लैंड के लिए कितना अंडररेटेड है प्लेयर उसको चेल्सी ने बेच दिया आई नेवर थॉट इतना अच्छा अकेडमी में इतने अच्छे प्लेयर्स प्रोड्यूस करता है बट दे नेवर
Yeah.
सीम टू गेट इनटू चेल्सी फर्स्ट टीम आई थिंक मेसन माउंट
Yes.
इज द ओनली वन ज्यादा प्लेयर्स उनके
Hmm.
आए नहीं है वहां से दे
उससे पहले
डेक्लन
टाइम
राइस Declan
Declan
Rice,
Rice.
they go. Another academy player. You know, so very surprising. Chilwell is injury prone and coming back from ACL, and Kukurea can play left center back as well. Okay.
Hmm.
Alonso will move to Barcelona. Absolutely.
yeah
Absolutely.
definitely that he will
Coming back to our this point, the Frankie de Jong thing. तो guys जाने से पहले लास्ट चीज डिस्कस करना है क्या लगता है आपको फ्रैंकी डी जॉन्ग यूनाइटेड आएगा या चेल्सी इज द लाइकली डेस्टिनेशन
well to be very honest matlab from what I have been reading, right? Frankie De Jong is he prefers the Champions League club, right? Or not just now, even 3 or 4 weeks ago, when the rumors were circulating that he's coming to United, he has it has been reported that he has stated that if he does leave Barca, he would go to Chelsea rather than go to United because of the Champions League factor. And moreover, he likes the way Chelsea are being run. He has done his research apparently, so he knows that he does not find United an attractive option. He would prefer to go to Chelsea. I don't know if he will be a crucial type of player because crucial is, because he is into that Vegan pressing style. He prefers more runners in midfield. FDJ is more of a creative and technically gifted
Yeah.
player. He
Hmm.
runs, but he's still more technical. He's more on the technical side. So I don't know if he is a good fit for Chelsea, but yeah, that's where it looks like it is going.
My thing is that, let's say he wants to move to London and Champions League attraction भी है, but क्या चेल्सी वो वेज पे करेंगे जो 450 मिलियन? आई डोंट थिंक वो वेज कट लेने वाला है. वो मूव कर रहा
हाँ
है बिकॉज अगर वेज कट लेना होता तो वो बारसा में रुक जाता. तो उसको
Exactly.
हाँ
चेल्सी
वो
में जाने की जरूरत ही क्या थी? उसका ड्रीम क्लब है बारसा. ही वांट्स टू स्टे एट
Hmm.
बारसा एंड वी ऑल नो यूनाइटेड आर ओवर पेयर.
हाँ
प्लेयर की सैलरी देने में कभी इशू होगा नहीं.
हाँ
कभी
क्यों
सुना
नहीं
नहीं
होगा.
यूनाइटेड का नेगोशिएशन ब्रेक डाउन हो गया बिकॉज ऑफ
हाँ
वेजेस. इट्स ऑलवेज अ
हाँ
ट्रांसफर फी. तो
हाँ
आई
ट्रांसफर फी हाँ.
people will say that Manchester are out of the race, but I still believe United have upper hand because उनका जो वेज स्ट्रक्चर है वो ये नहीं कि लिमिटेड है, रिस्ट्रिक्टिव है लिवरपूल या दूसरे क्लब्स की तरह. लिवरपूल
Apparently,
स्पेशली
till
बहुत
last
बहुत
year,
डिसिप्लिन्ड है.
they were even paying Ronaldo half a million
एग्जैक्टली
every week, right?
एग्जैक्टली एग्जैक्टली
And
सो
he paid 350,000 to Alexis Sanchez. So, ठीक है, I don't think wages का issue है, but then
और
I'm
और
not sure
और
who
एक चीज
comes in.
प्रशांत, और एक चीज
हाँ
और एक चीज ऐड करना चाहता हूँ. पॉग्बा, कवानी,
हाँ
लिंगार्ड,
सब
माटा
चेंज.
सब हाई वेजेस पे थे. सब के सब के वेज रिलीज हुए. तो मेरे को नहीं लगता कोई भी दिक्कत होगी. कंटिन्यू
हाँ
कंटिन्यू.
wages का issue तो नहीं होगा. हाँ, Frankie De Jong, like there's a joke that I've heard among my friends that he kind of must be feeling like a corporate employee right now. When employees say कि आप अप्रेजल नहीं दे रहे हो सर, लेकिन आप नए रोज नए स्टाफ को हायर कर रहे हो, कहाँ से आ रहे हैं इतना पैसा? Well, he must be feeling like that. But
Hmm.
yeah, I don't think. I mean, you make a very good point, Divya, that अगर उसको wage cut लेना ही है तो he may as well just stay at Barca. But
Absolutely.
uh, uh, but still, uh, like rather than staying at Barca, जहाँ पे now the thing is that Xavi had recently played him at centre back, and he even came out and stated कि हाँ भाई he likes him at centre back. अगर ऐसा है इतना मतलब चेंज उसको फ्लेक्सिबल होना पड़ेगा तो even he would think मतलब he is a midfielder, he would not be utilized correctly at centre back. I don't know if that particular bit of news is an exaggeration for sure, but
Hmm.
अगर वो ऐसा है तो he would want to run away कि हाँ भाई मतलब आउट ऑफ
Hmm.
पोजीशन ही खिलाना है तो फिर तो कोई भी भागना ही चाहेगा ना.
करेक्ट करेक्ट.
हम्म.
बिफोर वी एंड द शो, अग्रिम भाई, योर थॉट्स ऑन फ्रैंकी डियोंग. क्या लगता है कहाँ खत्म होगा
Hmm.
ये रेस कहाँ खत्म होगी?
देखो 13th अगस्त का डेडलाइन है ना. आई थिंक मेरे को व्हाट आई फील इज लगता है सेकंड लीवर और probably the fourth lever will be activated
फोर्थ
to
लीवर,
to
बाप रे.
What is
register
that?
the players. वही वो BLM स्टूडियोज का
अच्छा अच्छा.
बार्सिलोना लाइसेंस बनने
थर्ड
की.
लीवर तो
हाँ
एक्टिवेट किया परसों है. परसों ही शायद एक्टिवेट किया थर्ड, राइट? थर्ड
एग्जैक्टली.
परसों एक्टिवेट किया, हाँ. ओ गॉड.
और
एक बात है
अगर
ना.
नहीं हुआ then probably they were even planning to sell Ter Stegen, if you guys don't remember.
हाँ,
चलो
करेक्ट करेक्ट, लास्ट वीडियो में डिस्कस किया हमने. ट्रस्ट अगेन.
Yes, Ter Stegen.
हाँ हाँ
Ter Stegen was
फर्स्ट
placed on the transfer list.
ट्रांसफर लेते
But
ट्रांसफर
देखते हैं.
विंडो.
But the
हैं.
transfer window is like absolutely amazing and very interesting this time.
हाँ वो तो है.
या बहुत, और महीना बाकी है.
Yes,
हाँ
we
एक्टिव.
have 30 days now.
एग्जैक्टली लेट्स सी है ना. चलो.
फ्रैंकी डियोंग,
देखते हैं.
बर्नार्डो सिल्वा, क्रिस्टियानो रोनाल्डो,
Yes.
बेंजामिन सेस्को. मजा आने वाला है. ठीक है गाइस, थैंक यू वेरी मच. हाँ, बोलो बोलो
एंथनी की
बोलो.
एंथनी की बारे में किसने डिस्कस ही नहीं किया है. एंथनी वाज
अरे
आल्सो लिंक्ड
लेकिन
विद
आई
यूनाइटेड ना.
आई आई वुड लाइक टू डिस्कस, बट प्रॉब्लम इज आई थिंक मैन यूनाइटेड विल नॉट गो फॉर 90 मिलियन. आई डोंट थिंक यूनाइटेड हैव 90
हम्म,
मिलियन। बहुत
नहीं,
ये
90 मिलियन
गलती
नहीं देगा।
यूनाइटेड, गलती मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड की
होता
है,
है।
आयाक्स अभी वो सिचुएशन में आ गया है कि उनको सेल नहीं करेंगे तो चलेगा, दे डोंट सेल प्लेयर्स। अगर तुमको
या।
हमारे प्लेयर्स चाहिए ठीक है हम बेचेंगे, बट प्राइस हमारी होगी। दे ऑलरेडी
हम्म,
टोल्ड ग्रावन बर्च, मादुराई फ्री में गया, उनको जो बेचना था ऑलरेडी उन्होंने बिजनेस कर दिया। दैट्स व्हाई यूनाइटेड ओवरपेड फॉर मार्टिनेज। मार्टिनेज
मार्टिनेज।
टेक्निकली देखा जाए तो नॉर्मल सिचुएशन में 30-35 मिलियन ज्यादा भी होना चाहिए था मार्टिनेज के लिए, बट
40
यूनाइटेड
40
एंडेड अप
लास्ट
पेइंग
लास्ट में।
15-20 मिलियन एक्स्ट्रा बिकॉज
हम्म,
Ajax didn't need to sell. तो अभी वो सिचुएशन
yes,
में आ गए, Ajax can demand that kind of money. So even if it happens towards the end of the window होगा, which is I think very unlikely, then it will play. United पूरा focus है 75 million Frankie De Jong के लिए पे करना, and then get a striker in Benjamin Sesko or maybe someone else. But Anthony will happen, but I think this will be next season, not now.
probably, हाँ।
Yeah. So I
एंड
think
होपफुली स्ट्राइकर में कुछ वो ओडियो निकालो जैसा सीन ना करते वो लोग वापस,
हाँ यार सच्ची में।
मतलब अजीब ही था वो तो, कहाँ से ही आ गया था। राइट।
Thank you
तो
guys.
या
We are going to do ये वीक से हम नॉर्मली वेडनेसडे और सैटरडे करते हैं शो, तो वो शोज तो कंटिन्यू रहेंगे रहेंगे। हम लोग वीकेंड पे एक लाइव वीडियो करेंगे, वॉच अलॉन्ग करेंगे, जो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा। वी आर स्टार्टिंग विद द प्रीमियर लीग, we may do the Spanish league as well, La Liga live as well. We now have Agrim by the La Liga specialist, तो हम ट्राई करेंगे उनको ला लीगा के मैचेस में लाने को, तो मजा आएगा डिस्कशन लाइव मैचेस देखने को। नेक्स्ट वेडनेसडे हम प्रीमियर लीग प्रीव्यू की तरह ला लीगा प्रीव्यू करेंगे, बिकॉज आई थिंक
हम्म,
नेक्स्ट वीक ला लीगा विल गोला, सो विल टॉक अबाउट ला लीगा, द प्रमोटेड टीम, द टीम दैट विल
yeah,
गेट रेलीगेटेड। तो बहुत मजा आएगा, सेम काइंड ऑफ डिस्कशन। तब तक ट्रांसफर विंडो में भी कुछ एक्टिविटी हो जाएगी, कुछ और अपडेट्स मिलेंगे, और
absolutely,
सैटरडे का शो भी होगा, उसमें और ट्रांसफर्स
yes,
की बात करेंगे। तो थैंक यू बोथ ऑफ यू गाइस फॉर कमिंग ऑन द शो। आई एम होपिंग दैट टू ऑफ यू कम ऑन सैटरडे as well as the
yes,
live game on Sunday between United and Brighton. That's the first live game we'll do. So
yeah,
once again, thank you guys. All those watching, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, smash a like on the video, और कमेंट्स में बताइए आपके ओपिनियंस क्या है, क्या लगता है आपको प्रीमियर लीग प्रेडिक्शन क्या होगा, कौन टॉप स्कोरर होगा, कौन प्रीमियर लीग जीतेगा। और जाने से पहले मैं तेज भाई कमेंट पढ़ना चाहता हूँ, फार्मर्स लीग भी वॉच अलोंग कर लो दूसरे गोट को देखने के लिए। नहीं करेंगे, चैंपियंस लीग गेम करेंगे पीएसजी के, तो पीएसजी अगर चैंपियंस लीग खेलेंगे तो विल ट्राई टू डू, बट हम 3 जन ही है फिलहाल, तो विल ट्राई टू स्क्वीज इन एज मच एज पॉसिबल। अग्रिम भाई थैंक्स वेरी मच फॉर कमिंग ऑन दिस चैनल, आपका सपोर्ट
it's a
है,
pleasure.
वी गॉट अनदर फैन हु कैन बी इन्वॉल्व। थैंक यू गाइस, दैट्स ऑल। बहुत बातें हो गई आज, 1.5 घंटे का शो हो गया ऑलमोस्ट। थैंक यू, सी
हाँ
यू ऑन
एकदम।
सैटरडे गाइस, हैव अ गुड नाइट एंड टेक केयर ऑफ योरसेल्फ। बाय गाइस।
Bye
एवरीवन।
everyone. Bye everyone.